And I can give up the meat and stuff, but I can't give up cheese. Do you want to know why? Milk is an addictive property, all right? When your mom was pregnant with you, most likely you were breastfed, your mom had to wean you off. You wanted more. You were craving more because then you just, it literally has a chemical that makes you want more. Because this is your greatest growth spurt in life. When you were a baby drinking your mother's milk, you grew just exponentially. Just never, you never again will you grow so fast, so large, in such a short period of time. If you see chimpanzees, right? The mother has to keep the baby away. After a while, the baby wants more. If you have a dog that's pregnant, you'll see the same thing. The puppies want to come back for more, and the mother gets agitated and will push them away. It literally has an addictive property. In cheese, it's called casomorphine. Casomorphine. When you digest that, all right? When you actually, first off, the protein is called casein, C-A-S-E-I-N. That releases a chemical called casomorphine. So literally, you are becoming addicted to it. Morphine, I mean, that's the same chemical, same quality as nicotine, same quality as chocolate. It simply releases a chemical in your body that says, I want more. But you have a difficult time digesting it, so your body is saying, enough, I can't digest it anymore, but your mind is saying, have more. So yes, you are addicted to it. It is meant to be addictive. You know, the greatest trick ever pulled was convincing people they need to drink cow's milk. Greatest trick ever pulled. I mean, when people say to me, I can give up meat, I say, you know what? If you want to give up one product, give up the dairy. This is the cruelest industry imaginable, and this is the most unhealthy industry imaginable. I mean, just think about it this way. If you walked into Publix or Whole Foods or Winn-Dixie, and you came to the milk aisle, and you saw your milk carton, and instead of a cow, there was a picture of a cartoon chimpanzee. Right? How many of you want to drink chimpanzee milk? Pretty disgusting, right? Why would it be disgusting to take the milk from one animal, but not another? But you know what? If you're drinking cow's milk, I'd say make the switch. If you're drinking cow's milk, make the switch to chimp milk. Why? Because when you want to take the milk from an animal that shares 98, 99% of our DNA, when you want to take the milk from the closest relative to us, I mean, doesn't that make sense? In fact, if you have a dog and your dog is pregnant, it's spay and neuter, but if you didn't, if your dog is pregnant, your dog gives birth, how many of you want to drink your dog's milk? I said, I'll pasteurize it. Again, that's disgusting. But that still makes more sense. It still makes more sense to drink from a dog than a cow. Why? Well, any of you have a large dog? Anybody? How much does your dog weigh?
72.
72 pounds. That's a pretty good weight. That's pretty close to the human weight. A cow weighs 2,000 pounds. Why put a product meant for a 2,000-pound animal into this? Does that make any logical sense? I mean, this baby weighs 7 pounds at birth, on average. A cow weighs 90 pounds at birth. A cow will grow to 500 pounds in under 1 year. In 9 months, they grow to 500 pounds because of one product, the milk. So of course, if it's non-organic, they're getting hormones. They're getting steroids. In these conditions, they also pump them with antibiotics. Why? Because it just breeds sickness. It breeds disease in these crowded conditions. How many of you ever taken an antibiotic before? You took it when you were sick, right? You don't take it when you're not sick. That defeats the purpose. You then build an immunity to it. 70% of all the antibiotics produced in the United States are being fed to farm animals. And this is legal. By the way, I've actually Amy did this. She's doing the filming. She sent me this, and this actually isn't that new, but it says Russia bans U.S. poultry over chlorine. All right? In fact, the European Union has banned the importation of chicken into their countries because we put chlorine on it to remove all the diseases, to remove, the spread of salmonella and other things. And according to the industry, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly acceptable. Now, that's not to say that the meat in the European Union and Russia is going to be any better. It's crazy to think that another country, another continent is basically saying we don't want your meat. We don't want your meat. I think in Mexico, I think they banned the importation of beef. It's either beef, pork, or chicken. I mean, like literally, our neighbors are saying, you know what, we just don't want it. It's all right, you keep it for yourself. So how did we do this? How did we do something that's completely absurd? Because we've all been told a story. Now, every story has an author. Who is the author of this quote? And what is the ultimate goal of the milk industry? I mean, why would the milk industry be some holier-than-thou corporation? It's not a non-profit. It is a for-profit industry. And if milk does a body good, why would 75% of the human population be lactose intolerant? Do you know what that means? That means 3 out of 4 people, when they drink cow's milk, they suffer from one of these symptoms. Diarrhea, stomachache, gasiness, bloating, ear infection, excess mucus. It's actually normal to be lactose intolerant. If you suffer from any of these symptoms when you drink cow's milk, congratulations, you're normal. All right? The reason why it's normal is because all mammals, and humans are mammals, have an enzyme known as lactase. Put an A right there. Lactase breaks down the sugar known as lactose. As all mammals mature, we lose that enzyme. So it's actually normal to be lactose intolerant. Now, of course, the dairy industry has solved this problem. They said, you know what? We've come out with a nutrient called lactate. And it literally just, they inject lactase into it. So it makes it easier for you to digest. So literally the industry is saying, you know what? Don't listen to your body. Your body doesn't know you as well as us. We know you. We want to help you. Your body doesn't know you. But listen to your body. If your body is telling you every time you eat a product, whether it be meat, dairy, eggs, or soy, or whatever, peanuts, if you suffer from a symptom that just doesn't seem normal, listen to your body. Your body knows best. But hey, it must be good for kids, though, right? I mean, what's being served in the schools? What's the number one cause of food allergies among infants and children? Anybody want to take a wild guess? No shit. All right, so let me get this straight. Most kids, if they have allergies, it's from cow's milk, not peanuts. Cow's milk more than peanuts. Most people on this planet are lactose intolerant. So why again are we drinking cow's milk? Right, builds strong bones. Well, what builds strong bones? Calcium. The question is this the best source of calcium? No. Let's find out. What countries consume the most milk? It's funny, when I say this to kids, the first response is Florida. It's a lot we got to cover. All right, Norway would be on this list as well. Osteoporosis, loss of bone density, so literally weak bones. Remember, drink cow's milk, get strong bones. That's what we've been taught. The country with the highest rate of osteoporosis. I mean, at some point you just have to say, okay, wait a second, what's going on? Either it's just a random coincidence or there's more to it. And the more to it is this: anything that comes from an animal has animal protein. Makes a lot of sense. Animal product, animal protein. Well, the animal protein is made up of amino acids. Amino acids, the building blocks of protein. Those amino acids are high in sulfur, however. That high sulfur content, when you digest it, makes your body acidic. Your body's not meant to be acidic. It's meant to be alkaline. pH balance goes below 7, and therefore now you're acidic, and your body has to neutralize that. How does your body neutralize that? It releases calcium from your bones to neutralize the acidity. All animal products are acidic. So the more animal products you consume, the weaker your bones can become. Look at countries in Africa and Asia. They don't suffer from high rates of osteoporosis. They also don't drink as much cow's milk, if none at all, and they also don't eat as much animal protein. Think about it this way: what is the largest and strongest land animal on Earth? Land animal. And what does his diet consist of?
Grass.
I'm not telling kids to go out and start chewing on the grass and the leaves. You can get all your calcium from plants. Now, would anybody go up to a cow or an elephant or a cow and be like, you need to be drinking, cow's milk? Maybe for a cow that would make sense. But a lot of kids will say, well, what do I put on my cereal? Now, these are just alternative milks, which you can also get your calcium from. Soy milk, almond milk, rice milk, chocolate soy milk, coconut milk, organic oat milk. By the way, humans don't need to drink any substance besides water. That's all we need to drink. But if you want to do an alternative, there's no cruelty involved. It comes from a plant. All of this is alkaline, so it doesn't leach calcium from your bones. Now, I know you've all heard of a taste test. Well, let's do a health test, all right? Cow's milk comes from an animal. Soy milk comes from a soybean from a plant. This has 150 milligrams of calcium per half a glass. How many milligrams of calcium do you think this has per half a glass? It's exactly the same, 150. All right, this, since it comes from an animal, is acidic. This comes from a plant, alkaline. This has lots of cholesterol, high in cholesterol, and by the way, no fiber. Fiber allows you to go to the bathroom. All plant products have no cholesterol and are high in fiber. So, if we're simply to do a health test, which one do you think makes the logical sense? I rest my case. So, but you don't have to drink that. I mean, you can literally get all of the calcium you need from the earth. Broccoli, oranges, then they do have fortified orange juice, collard greens, kidney beans, garbanzo beans, lentils, a good source, almonds, grapes, raisins. All of this has calcium. And does this stuff look healthy? Right? What's not healthy, and this is a government statistic, is that 68% of all diseases in the U.S. are diet-related. You know what that means? That means that 68% of all diseases are preventable. We went through this whole healthcare thing, and nobody's really talking about preventative medicine. The Western philosophy is wait for the disease to come, go to your doctor, and take a pill. The Eastern philosophy is preventative medicine. Now, the 68%, let's find out, what are the 3 leading causes of death in the United States? Anybody know what number 1 is? Heart disease. Number 2? Cancer. And number 3 is strokes. All right. Now, cancer is actually gaining on heart disease. Okay, it's going to get there. In fact, I've heard actually that it's taken over. So they're kind of battling for 1 and 2 right there. So you have cancer, heart disease, equal, and then you have strokes. Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States suffers a stroke. This is, by the way, the American Stroke Association. The American Heart Association says that every 24 seconds, someone in the United States suffers a heart attack. The Institute for Cancer Research says that every 24 seconds, no, sorry, not every 24 seconds, every day, 3,400 people are diagnosed with cancer in the United States. 3,400 people every day. How many of you know somebody or knew somebody who has or had cancer? Please raise your hand. Just take a look around. Doesn't that disturb you that like cancer is so prevalent? You know, people talk about we're living longer, you know. We're living longer with diseases, these degenerative diseases that we can prevent. I mean, what I've been reading is that kids today, this generation of youth, will die younger than their parents. I mean, you realize that we've just been, our, mortality rate has been going up and up and up, living to, 70, 80, 90, and then they're going to go down because of our diet. Is the 68% coming from the image on the right or the left? I mean, have you ever heard of somebody suffering a heart attack because they ate too many fruits and vegetables? You know, a healthy diet is a variety of colors and a variety of foods. How much variety do you see? No fiber, high in cholesterol. High in fiber, no cholesterol. The reason why the image on the right is causing all the death and disease is, despite what we've been told, we don't look anything like omnivores. Our biological anatomy doesn't look anything like omnivores. We don't look anything like carnivores. We look like our brother from another mother. We look like gorillas. We look like horses. We look like cows. We look like elephants. How so? Our teeth. We have like 32 teeth. So does a cow. We have more teeth because we chew our food. Look at your dog or cat tonight when you feed them. They do very little chewing, mostly swallowing their food. This is what a canine tooth really looks like. It's sharp, all right? If we had sharp teeth, I don't think we'd be using knives and forks anymore. We need to grind our food. In fact, this is what we do. We grind just like horses and cows. Just like that. That's the motion we make. Their jaw goes like this. And a lot of people, again, we talk about humane slaughter. You want to know what humane slaughter looks like? Go into the animal kingdom. The fastest land animals are the carnivores. Tiger, cheetah, lion, and jaguar, right? Very fast animals. I believe the tiger goes about 35, 40 miles per hour. It's pretty quick. The deer, the gazelle, the antelope can't go as quick. So logic would say, well, the carnivores always win this battle. That's not the case. You see, the carnivores are the track and field stars. The herbivores are the cross-country runners. The carnivores quick sprint and they're done. They have very little endurance. They eat the meat. The meat is so taxing on their body. They sleep most of the day. I believe a giraffe only sleeps about an hour a day. That's it. So they have much more endurance. They can run for a longer distance. So that means the tiger will only be successful on the hunt 20% of the time. That means 8 out of every 10 deer will escape the slaughter. So what animal can he capture? What kind of deer? Sick, weak, the injured, the old, the lost, the young. This animal weeds out the weak. We're not doing that. And a lot of people say, I don't like to bring up the whole God and get into that argument, the religious argument, but I mean, just really think about it. If we were meant to be on top of the food chain, don't you think we would have claws to rip through flesh? I mean, if I brought a pig into the room and asked you to kill the pig with your claws, that pig would enjoy it more than anything else. We do not have the anatomy to basically process and kill these animals. And again, people say, but God created these animals for us to eat. Why would God create, one animal to be your pet and one animal to be a food? And why would God then say, for these people, that's their pet and that's their food, and change it up? And why would God want you to kill his or her animals? Why would he want you to do that? Why would she want you to do that? To take the animal's life away from them? What he or she gave them? I mean, if God wants you to take these animals, mutilate their bodies, take the babies away from the mothers, cage them, your God sounds like a jerk. I don't want that to be my God. So why not say that, we do have power over these animals and use it responsibly? Because the most important thing about this is that our intestines can't process the meat, dairy, and eggs. All right? Your small and large intestines, and symbol will be my representative, small and large also being the colon. It makes up 10 times your body size, and your body is your mouth to your anus. So it's about that much. That's about 3 feet. Now multiply that by 10, and you have 30 feet. That means you have